favorite part was probably the last part where we had a hitting competition.
Yeah, that was mine too.
I like that we got to compete against each other and stay outside and have some fun.
We just danced a lot of different cultures.
We got our hands all dirty, our feet, our faces, our clothes, our hair. They taught us that if you touch a real stingray, you might get a real headache.
The Munchkins did this play where all the characters from different fairy tales got mixed up, and the big kids did like scenes from Wicked.
So I'm Lieutenant Colonel Aldridge, Director of Programs here at MCRD. Some of the programs we take care of are the family readiness programs, which include child, youth, and teen, Marine Corps family team building, exceptional family member programs. These programs have really taken off in the last couple of years. You know, when I got here, there wasn't a lot of programs for children, and I guess the thought was that we didn't have any you know, a need for it. But as you can see, that there's pretty good need. So we started out here, when I came aboard, it was, there was some issues with that the parents were not getting everything they needed. You know, the basic climate was that there was no need to have any type of activities for children or any other activities for that matter, because basically nobody lived around here. Well, that was really not true. So we did a little survey my first year here and checked it out, and we had, probably 65% of the people live within 15 minutes of the base here. And so 15% of your population lives close by, then you need to start looking at programs on how to support them. Once we started realizing that the people were here and that they needed something, and we started putting programs together, it started to take off. Our first thing that we did was we started the Child, Youth, and Teen program with football, and there was 17 children that started out with football. And that was about 2 years ago, and this our last program that we had was the soccer camp and soccer league, and that had 147 children, so you can see how much it's grown, and it's still growing. The Marine Corps itself has really looked down deep and said, hey, how can we make it better for our families? And they've come up with these programs to help them out. We started out here when I first got here with one person, and it's grown to the staff we have today. We're about 6 people that take care of the families, training and their needs. We have an exceptional family member program, which also started out with one person. Now we're up to 3. And meeting the needs of our family members that have special needs, children with autism and different things that require special help. I think the biggest thing is that the climate here, the command support has been just superb. Everything that we've tried to do has really been supported by the general. Our programs started out very young with very little. We try to put together a survey to everyone that comes aboard and find out where they lived and whatnot. Because when we first got here, there were no programs for the children. There were very few programs for the families, and so we've tried to take that on. People told us when we first talked to them that there wasn't any people that lived by. The base closed up at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whenever time everybody cut down on work, and then nobody was around. Well, that was definitely not true. We found out that there's about 65% of our population live within 15 minutes of the base. We have 2 huge Lincoln housing areas where military population within 1 mile, there's 1,000 families of the base. So there's a significant need here for programs to help out the families that are here.
Sports programs.
Yeah, me too. More sports programs.
I learned to like teamwork.
It gave me something to do whenever I was on summer break.
Because you gotta do a lot of moves.
Yeah, and we got to do dance off and all that.
Oh, the clay was the funnest part. Yeah, and we painted. That's cool. And we got messy with our hands. Yes. So cool.
Because if we help our nature, everybody around us could have a better life.
I learned
about Broadway shows, and that, well, to make something work, you have to make mistakes, and that in every Broadway show there is a mix-up and something goes wrong, but nobody notices because, well, nobody's perfect.
It's already changed my life, and yes, it has been a lifelong sport.